Okay, this is year 9 notes. We're in unit 2 and we're looking at doing a histogram for the first time. So we're going to take the data from the previous video. We have our continuous data here, and we're going to take this data and plot it then into a histogram. So if we look over the page, we can talk ourselves through then the histogram. So histograms vary like a bar chart. However, we just use, there's a couple of wee main differences which I'm going to talk you through then as we do them. So first of all, going up the side, we are going to have our frequency. And so our frequency goes from 2 up to 20, so we need to be able to kind of set it up like that. So I'm going to go up in 5s here up the side. I'm going to do a nice big thick line so we can see this. Again, do it nice and thick so it comes out, because this is quite a bold sort of font in terms of our actual scale. So hopefully you can see that that's come out. And this is our height. No, it's not. It's our frequency, of course. And our frequency then, which will be going up then to 20. So we would have 0, 5, 10, 15 and 20. Going along the bottom then, we're going to have our height. So let's take a wee look at what we need to go between. We need to go between 130 and 155. So I'm going to start with 130 here, 135, 140, 145, 150 and 155. And again, a nice big bold line going across here. I'll probably sort of double rule it so it comes out nice and clear. Kind of a nice thick line. Now you might have already spotted the first difference. So histograms have a couple of differences that we need to be careful with. So with frequency going up the side, down here then we have height. And we want to have a continuous scale going along the bottom. That's what I've done there. So 130, 135, 140, 145, 150, 155. Whereas if you look at my groups here, they're 130 to 135. You'd be very tempted maybe to write away 130 less than or equal to h, 135. But that's not how we do our histogram. It should always be at a continuous scale along the bottom, and you will actually lose a mark for that in the test if you don't do it that way. Also in a histogram there should be no gaps in the bars. So our first bar should be 9 high. So let's see if we can get our scale set up here. There's too many things around. So my 9 I think runs there. Let's see if we can get a better pencil than that big thicker one. My next bar is going to be 20. Again, nice and thick so you can see it. My next bar is going to be 12, and the next one's going to be 12. So we can save a bit of time and do those both at once. Again, I'm just going over it to make it nice and thick and nice and clear. And then my final one is going to be 2. Then that should be my scale there. So then doing the lines down the sides. It's often easier to do this once you have them all in. Nice and thick and nice and clear to show the teacher I know what I'm doing. Okay. And this is almost our finished histogram. So hopefully you can see then the different heights then of each of the bars. We need obviously then to have a title. So it will be heights of children, I suppose, would be a decent title. And again, just to check through what I have frequency here, I have height. Remember to put my unit in, so I have my labels in each of those. I have my scales done along the bottom. As I said, it's a continuous scale and no gaps then in between our bars. You should be able to find the range and the modal group for data in the histogram. My range then is obviously in between 130 and 135, sorry 155. So my range then would be 155, take away 130, and that's equal to 25. And my modal group then, that's a fancy word for just the mode. Obviously you don't quite know the mode of the different heights, but you know which one, which group has the most people in it, and that's 135 to 140. So 135 less than or equal to h less than 140, which is our modal group.